Footbap Nation!
Let's ride.
Welcome everybody to another episode of the Fantasy Footbaps podcast. It's me, B Dizzle, with my co-host Paul. Paul, say what up.
What up, fellow Mickeys?
Oh no! Don't even. A Mickey can't call other people Mickeys. A lot has happened in the last week. First round of the playoffs. First round of losers bracket. We have winners and losers. We got Mickeys. We got Mickeys potentially eliminated. Potentially new Mickeys arising. There's a lot going on here, Paul. How would you say the first week of playoffs was? Without spoiling what happened to you or anything, were there exciting matchups? Do you think it was a great first showing?
It was. I'd say it was actually entertaining. Plenty to, follow throughout the week. I was liking it.
All right, sweet. Then, if you're ready, Paul, I'm ready to get going.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so first, let's just breeze through the losers bracket. Let's start with the real fucking crazy losers bracket. Chip and Mike played each other. Apparently, Chip won 63 to 47. Mike did set a lineup, so I don't know. And Chip also set a lineup. I don't fucking know, dude. This is 63 to 46. Congrats, Chip. He won a losers bracket game. All right, and then brotherly matchup here. It was me versus Austin. I beat Austin 130 to 109. I actually kept Kyler in my lineup accidentally and didn't put Goff in, and it still didn't matter. Otherwise, I would have put up 160. But either way, me and Austin both put up a shit ton of points, and it was a pretty good showing. But I say now let's get into the actual meat and potatoes, Paul. Let's get into the losers bracket. Or the losers bracket is the meat and potato. No, let's get into the winners bracket. Let's get to the obvious game. I'd say this was the most obvious game, to me at least, heading into it. Paul beats Gorman. I mean, I don't think I thought you'd score 133, but he beats Gorman 133 to 87. I said all year, if Gorman doesn't get 60 combined points between Saquon and Derrick Henry, then he's fucked, and he gets 8 points from Saquon, which might be his worst game of the year. It's at least up there.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah, it's up there with his worst games. That looked like second worst game, and then Derrick Henry. This was Derrick Henry's worst game. Darnold, I feel like, it didn't matter in the end, but Gorman benching Baker and playing Darnold against Chicago, that I think he got tricked by projections. Did you see that? Darnold was projected 21 against Chicago's good pass defense and Baker 15 against LA. So that's all that happened there. But even if Gorman set the right lineup, he still would have lost by like 30. It wouldn't have mattered. Hopkins did nothing. I mean, we said all year, like, Gorman's wide receivers were pretty much shit. I mean, Devontae Smith came through. I don't know. I think we also called out Gorman's defense, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we were like, why is he starting?
He tried to get I don't know which team it was, but he didn't get them, and then just didn't get anyone else throughout the whole week.
Oh, so he tried getting someone, didn't get it. The crazy part about that too is I'm almost positive there were like 3 defenses on waivers that scored like 18 plus this week. Mm-hmm. So if you think about it, Gorman technically, because Baker scored 28, so he scored like 17 more than Darnold. So technically, Gorman, if he started one of those waiver defenses, because I'm pretty sure the top 3 ones all got 18 from what I saw. So I would assume Gorman would pick those up. So let's say he picked up one of those, he'd be at 105. And then let's say he started Baker, he'd be at 122, and he still would have lost. So it doesn't matter. Honestly, I mean, I just kind of came down to Saquon and Derrick Henry, really. It was kind of funny though. Before Cortland Sutton did something, and I want to say maybe even before DJ Moore did something, or maybe Jahmyr Gibbs, I just remember looking and you were projected to win, and it was like Josh Allen had 41, and then Gibbs was in double digits, and then like no one else was in double digits or something like that, and I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, what the fuck? But another superhuman masterclass from Josh Allen. Who do they play this week? New England. Is there any part of you that is worried that he got the good performances are done and he's not going to have any more? Or do you think he's still going to keep scoring 40?
No, I feel like he'll go back down to the 20-ish range, and I'm also scared like he could just, or the Bills could just blow out the Giants.
Oh my God,
the Patriots and the Jets is what I was looking
the
at.
Jets usually are his nemesis.
Games, so.
He did have 21 points against them earlier in the year, but yeah, the Jets usually have been his nemesis. But Mark Andrews. I mean, I can't believe it took. This is like the first time you've started him all year, right?
I know.
Like you had him on your bench scoring like 14 plus every week and just not playing him. Yeah, I think when I saw Mark Andrews caught a touchdown on like the first drive, I was like, oh yeah, Paul won. Because in my mind, I was like, pretty much the only way that Paul doesn't win is if like Mark Andrews and DJ Moore and Sutton and Jonathan Taylor have their like piss classes of like 5 points, because Gorman's team like is that poor. But yeah, it ends up not. I will say 133, and looking at it, like it doesn't. You know how you say sometimes like looking at Gorman's lineup, and I'm like, this doesn't look that bad. He's got like a decent amount of guys in double digits, but then it's like I guess the 0 and stuff drag it down. Yeah, when I look at yours, I'm like 133 is a lot, and it's like you had a guy of 26 and 41, but then it's like 9, 10, 9, 8. I'm like, how the hell did that equal 133? Fantasy always like breaks my mind in that aspect, but we all kind of saw this one coming. Paul blows out Gorman, or maybe not blowing out. I will say is there a part of you that's glad that Josh Allen and Jahmyr Gibbs ended up going off because of, now obviously Gorman still didn't score anything, so this is Paul, when you won the championship a couple years ago, remember you were the OG Mickey. I can't even remember what happened in that run. I just remember everyone saying it was a Mickey path.
I can't remember.
You must have just played a bunch of shit teams or something, or like guys not scoring a lot. Like
I'll take it.
Oh yeah, I mean it doesn't matter if you win, it doesn't really matter. But you are back to Mickey status from the sheer fact that Gorman scored 87. And then your next matchup was either going to be Steve or Nick, so it was like, again, those were like the 3 worst teams. So a favorable path, but I think it makes it even more Mickey now that Gorman did score 87. But again, it doesn't really matter as long as but is there a part of you that was like, before Josh Allen scored 41 and Gibbs 26, I want to say you were projected to win like most of the day, like 106 to something. Like if you ended up beating Gorman like 104 to 87, would there have been a part of you that was like, this feels wrong?
Yeah, no, not feels wrong. I'd just be nervous going into next week.
Yeah,
that's all. If I win, I don't care how I get there.
Okay,
by any means necessary.
Let's just go to the next matchup. Dewey pretty much blows Ryan out. I mean, it was closer. It was closer during the day. At one point, it was like kind of close. I want to say it was pretty much just close at one point when Ryan's defense had 22 points and Lamar had like 36. I guess on Thursday night, Cooper Kupp got Ryan literally 0 points, so that's big. But I mean, Cooper Kupp would have had to score like 21 plus for Ryan to have won in the end. I don't know what to say. Like Dewey's team, somehow Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin connect for a touchdown like every single week, which is huge. Jonnu Smith, I've said it for a while now. I've said it for a couple weeks. I'm so pissed that Dalton Kincaid got injured the week after Jonnu Smith got picked up, because I remember thinking I want to pick up Jonnu Smith like just in case he ends up like being anything and he can be my backup. But then I was like, you know what? He's doing better than Kincaid, and I don't want to get into the weekly like Paul, Evan Ingram, Mark Andrews thing. So I was like, I'll wait till the bye week, whatever. He probably won't keep it up. And then Dewey picked him up the next week, and now I want to say he's been the number 1 tight end since whatever week he started it. Yeah, like I want to say when I was thinking of picking up Jonnu Smith, it was probably around like this area, like maybe it was after this week 7 one, and then I want to say Dewey ended up picking him up like some point in here. But ever since Dewey got him 25, 19, 16, 12, 15, like actually insane. If you remember, Paul, I want to say it was last year or the year before, or maybe both. Remember, Arthur Smith was getting a ton of shit because Jonnu Smith was like being treated as the number one tight end in Atlanta and not Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
And now look,
now it's paying
Jonnu
off.
Smith. Yeah, now I'm like, wait, Jonnu Smith actually just might have been better than Pitts. Like, actually, but yeah, Dewey's. Oh, you know what? And so what I was going to say is this game was really close in the afternoon. And then this final score is actually closer than it even was because David Montgomery got hurt in the later game. Like it was super close in the afternoon, but then Dewey pulled away and it was like, all right, Dewey's going to blow Ryan out. And then Montgomery got hurt. It didn't matter in the end, but yeah. And then another thing I want to say right now is as you remember, going to keep bringing this up. I doubt Mike even actually listens, but Mike threatened to leave the league because Ryan traded Gorman, Devontae Smith, and in return got DK Metcalf and Nick Chubb. DK Metcalf, since Ryan, again, so Mike thought that Ryan like completely took advantage of Gorman and got the greatest return ever with DK and Nick Chubb. Instead, DK was basically a landmine this entire time with Ryan. He got him 0 points, had a bye week.
Gorman
10
won the trade.
8,
I'll admit it.
Yep, 10, 8, 9, 7, 4, and then Nick Chubb again, like basically hasn't done anything and now is hurt. I mean, DK's hurt again. Devontae Smith, at least since Gorman's had him, has had like a few like big games, like 18, 16, and like 22 and stuff. And I thought I think I said it at the time. I thought that Gorman might have won the trade because Devontae Smith was healthy and Gorman needed a wide receiver. But I also don't like trading for injured players like at all. Which I'm thinking back, another like Christian McCaffrey, where I want to say it was like, oh, Austin got Christian McCaffrey, that's so great and stuff, and it's like, well, he's hurt, he can just get re-hurt. So I just hate like getting injured players in general. If they are currently injured, I will never trade for a player. I don't think I'll ever trade them, and I don't think I'll ever draft them. That being said, though, yeah, like DK was a complete flop on Ryan's team. If Ryan kept Devontae Smith, he would have won. No, because Devontae scored 22, but DK did have 4.3. I was thinking DK scored 0, and either way, I don't think that would have worked. But man, I mean, I don't even know what to say. And Ryan even got the Ken Walker out again, Charbonnet 13-point game. So like he got 22 points from his defense and everything. Like,
yeah, it's just those receivers held him down. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I do have to say, all year long, I was calling out Kupp being Mickey on your team, right? And I was like, he's not the number one. He gets these short little passes. I guess he gets into the end zone or some kind of gets left wide open on these long passes. I was like, I don't know what's going on. And then Ryan gets him off your team and immediately Kupp 3 points, 18 points, and then 0 points in the biggest game of the year. The Paul luck is crazy. For us to be saying all year, like, the regression has to be coming because these plays can't keep happening, and then the regression comes immediately after he's off of your team is actually absurd. Same thing with Brian Robinson. Because
he's been disappointing. I mean,
but
not
only that, like I was gonna say, remember I said all year, I was like, man, if he doesn't score a touchdown, he kind of just sucks. And then immediately doesn't score a touchdown in the biggest game. 21 carries for 65 yards. Yeah, crazy. I can't wait till we do the draft recap because there's so many things, Paul, I've been thinking about. Like, think about my team. I like destroyed late round picks. If you think about it, Chase Brown, Rico Dowdle, Brian Thomas,
yeah,
Chuba Hubbard, I'm trying to think. There's
I'm still
there's
mad you
definitely
took
another.
Rico and Chase, dude. I wanted either of them, and you snagged them.
I'm gonna count
I even
Darnell
texted you, I
Mooney
remember.
because you dropped him, but I did want to draft him. You took him right before me, dropped him. I'm gonna count Darnell Mooney. Like, so it was like, man, I killed those. It was just AJ Brown disappointed for me.
ETN was the biggest
was
shit can.
Yeah, but even if AJ Brown like panned out and Ken Walker didn't get like hurt twice, like I think I still could have like recovered from that. Honestly, you know what a big thing was Ryan taking Charbonnet like 3 rounds above ADP for like, I mean, I guess it helped him out in a few weeks, but like that really did fuck me over. That used to happen with Alexander Madison a lot. Like I remember I would get Dalvin Cook and then someone else would get Madison. I mean,
it was always Steve. Steve took him.
Oh my
year.
God, Steve did take Madison every year, yeah. And then the one year I actually got Alexander Madison because I think I just did it out of spite. Like maybe someone else had Dalvin Cook, but I was like, I'm fucking taking Madison. Like, fuck this shit. And then that was when Madison was horrendous in every one of his stars. So I actually, when it comes to the lottery running back strategy, I lose the lottery. Like guys get hurt and then I get to play the backups and they suck. Charbonnet sucked all last year. Madison sucked when I had him the one year. So I fucking hate the lottery strategy. I guess I just don't have the luck stat to like get enough out of them. But yeah, all that to say, Josh Jacobs was who I wanted when I got, but Ryan took him like a pick or two before me. When I got Ken Walker, and it's like, man, it would have been so fucking nice to have Josh Jacobs. Like, he was so. I have him in my work league and in like my family league. I tried getting him in every. Yeah, I tried getting him in every single league, and just didn't work out. Devontae Adams scoring 38 points is hysterical. I don't know what to think. Like, I guess Devontae's good now, dude. I don't know what to think about that for Dewey. I guess he's good. And not having Montgomery for Dewey, like, is Dewey gonna start ETN? I'm excited to see.
I think he's trapped into it now.
I'm excited to see what happens here. Unbelievable. Dewey's team. I will say right now.
Hilarious.
I'll say right now. If Dewey loses this, if Dewey doesn't win at all, we'll see like what his team ends up scoring. But I think that if he had healthy Montgomery, I think he wins it all. Like Monty was like a guaranteed like 15 plus. So if next week Dewey gets like 3 ETN points and loses, I'm blaming it on that.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dewey's team
is come down to ETN really.
Yeah. I'm worried about Drake London as well because Michael Penix is scoring.
Could be
is
great
starting.
Or could be horrible.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, this was a Mickey game from London. Like he caught like a 40-yard.
Of those, I swear.
Yeah, he caught like a 4. Oh, yeah, I guess he had a Mickey game here too. Drake London's going to be an interesting draft next year. Where do you think he's going to go? Mm-hmm. He went like second round this year, right?
Third round. I don't know what to think of him, but I'm sure people will still take him second or third round.
I think he's going to get picked high. Yeah, I think he's going to get picked high. And like, but games like this past week and games like this week, like, or even this week, like 3 catches, like they scare me, dude. They don't make me feel good. I mean, I think he's good. I want Penix to do good though, because I think Penix is cool. Maybe I'll pick up Michael Penix off waivers and like start him for the hell of it. I wonder if he's available.
Probably. I did. I'm sure he is. There's no way anyone took him.
Well, he was announced starter. I was like, maybe someone's like, wait a second, why is Kirk Cousins? Who are they playing? Is it anyone bad? Who are they playing? Giants, dude. Giants, yeah. I might start Michael Penix just to do it. I love Michael Penix. It'll give me a reason to watch that. That's funny as fuck. Either way. Yeah, Dewey beats Ryan. Ryan has made the playoffs 2 years in a row, lost in the first round 2 years in a row. And Dewey back in the playoffs and back in the playoff W column. I feel like Dewey never makes the playoffs and loses round 1. I feel like he makes it and wins at least one game.
Did he make the finals in 1 year, or was it just?
I don't think he made
second round.
I don't think he made finals. I'll go to history real quick. I think he just made semis 1 year. Let's see. So 2023, no, he sucked last year, right? Yeah, poo bags. Our semifinals in 2022. Just playoffs. I guess he lost in the first round of the playoffs in 2021. Didn't make the playoffs. Semis again. He's got a pretty good track record of the years that he does make the
If he's
playoffs.
horrible or semis.
Semis again. Okay, so Dewey's been to the semifinals like 4 times now.
So he's guaranteed
This
to
is the
lose.
semis, right? This year or this round, right?
He's guaranteed to lose to Kyle.
That's actually crazy. Yeah, we are in the semifinals, right? I'm not making that up. Okay.
No,
so
you're
yeah,
right.
Dewey has made the semifinals like 4 times in like 7 years. How is that possible? Oh, I must have miscounted that. Let's see.
Or just being the worst team in the league.
Yeah,
like,
so
or one of them.
1, 2, 3. So 3 of the 7 years he's made it.
That's still a good record.
Well, actually, technically, it's 4 of the 8 years because this is the 8th year. Yeah. So yeah, he's half of the years we've done this, he's made semifinals. I mean, that's more than I have. I'm pretty sure. I won in 2017, so 1. Still 1, 2. I mean, if I like these are making the championship game, but still just semifinals in general. 2, 3. So yeah, Dewey's made it to the semifinals more years than I have, which is crazy when you think about how many good teams I've had. Like you were the same as me though for a while where we would both just lose in the first round. I think I used up all my fantasy luck those first 3 years in fantasy because I won 3 years in a row, and it was like each one was more lucky than the last. Like the 2017 one, I won because the last Monday night game of the year in fantasy, Jake Elliott hit a 40-yard game-winning field goal to make me beat Gorman by 2. Like it was a game-winning field goal on Monday. It was the last, and I remember being like, "What the fuck, dude? I just won again!" Like, like I want to say the first year I won it, it was like pretty dominant, and the second year it was like a little sketchy, but like still dominant. The third year was like I should not have won it. I think I was starting Robbie Anderson in the championship game. Like my team, like I lost the. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Is not only was I starting Robbie Anderson in the championship, but I drafted David Montgomery. Actually, so now I think about it.
David Johnson.
Yeah, 2016 actually must have been also been a. No, they don't have scores. Wait. Why do they not? No. I don't know why it is like 91 to 89. I think was the final score in this. But oh yeah, this season was super obnoxious. But yeah, 2016 I think I had David Johnson, and that year was super dominant. So I think I must have had 2 super dominant years in a row. And then, yeah, 2016. Can we talk real quick? I was bringing this up, or I brought this up earlier. David Johnson got like not nearly as much recognition for this season as he did. Everyone like sucks Christian McCaffrey off for having like 1,200 yards and 800 receiving yards. Like David Johnson had done that like 3 years earlier. So 1,200 yards, 16 touchdowns rushing, 80 catches, 900 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns receiving. Like he was so insane. Fucking good in 2016. I got him with like the 8th pick that year. Like that was amazing. Then the next year I took him 3rd because I was like, this is a steal. He was so good, and then he got hurt. Yeah, look at this fucking team. Rams, Brandon Cooks. I don't even think he was. Wait, let's see. Rams, Brandon Cook. I don't even think he was like that good that year. I remember him being like kind of frustrating. Oh no, he was in New Orleans.
Cooks has never been good.
No, it was the New England year I had him. I don't know why it says Rams. Did he get traded midseason? No. It was when he was on New England, 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns. That was ass.
It's when they made the Super Bowl.
2016 was the first year Marvin Jones was good, so I got him off waivers, and I got Robbie Anderson off waivers. Wow. This was also like the first year Travis Kelce was like good. I got really lucky with him. And then Kareem Hunt, I got him in the 4th round. This was back when I drafted Russ every single season. But I used to draft Robert Woods every season too because he was pretty consistent. This is
Evan
actually
Ingram.
some of these names
him
are
out.
hysterical. Like I had Washington Samaje Perine. Has he been in the
I didn't even
NFL
know
for
he was on
that
Washington.
long? I knew he was on Washington, but back in 2016, was he really in the NFL for that long? Or 2017, I guess? Like, oh my God, he's been in Cincy for even longer than I thought. I thought he was on Washington in like 2020, 2021. That's weird as fuck. But yeah, this team was mid as fuck. Mark Ingram, this was when Alvin Kamara's first year. So even though Ingram was like a top 10 running back, like he was losing a lot of touches. Brandon Cooks was mid. Marvin Jones and Robbie Anderson were just home run guys. This is when I knew my run was about to be up because I remember barely winning it and being like, it's hard to win a championship. I got really fucking lucky those first 3 seasons, or at least that 2017 season. I don't know if I'll ever get that level of luck again. Kind of a Mickey championship if you think about it, because
Your original Mickey.
yeah, because Gorman scored 89 on me in the championship. But then again, it's like the Mickey changes every year because
Also,
then again, Nick won the championship.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick won the championship like 90-60.
Hope that happens this year, whoever it is.
Yeah, gotta feel bad for Ryan though. You know what would be a real killer for him?
What?
Imagine he misses the playoffs next season.
That'd be sad.
That would be.
I feel like
if he made
he's
the
on a good
playoffs.
run.
Yeah, if he made the playoffs like these 2 years, then like misses, like that would be crushing because he was so close to having. Like last year, his team going into the playoffs was pretty bad, if I remember right. Like he was playing Jerome Ford and stuff every week.
Yeah.
But this season, I would say his team. I don't even know if I'd say I liked his team like a ton. I like Josh Jacobs and I like Lamar Jackson and Kittle, crazy. Like Charbonnet was doing great, but I have never liked DK in fantasy. I was very worried about Cooper Kupp. So he still had like holes in his roster, but it was still like a good team overall.
It's the Kittle and Lamar. That was the big pieces.
It's crazy. Like we'll see what happens with you, Paul. How we were saying, how could Ryan not win it all when he has Lamar and
the top tight end quarterback?
Yep, because like, now that's you formula. That's you with Josh Allen and Mark Andrews at this point. So now it's like if you don't win it all, like that could be pretty fucking bad. Like or not
Mark
pretty
Andrews
bad, but like
number 1 though.
Yeah, but you can't waste opportunities like that. Think about that. That 2017 year I won it. I had Russ and Travis Kelce. You can't waste the years you have a good quarterback and a good tight end. You know?
Yeah, like, true.
Who the fuck was do you know who my quarterback was? Oh my God. Last year I had Stroud and Herbert, who both got hurt before the playoffs, and I played Tommy DeVito in the playoffs. That's how I lost to Austin. So yeah, like if I would have had Stroud and Herbert, and they were still like mid, they were okay last year. They weren't amazing, but like, I yearn for the days. Getting Russell Wilson in like the 6th, 7th round every year was like a steal. He was like a top 5 quarterback every year, and like no one wanted him. It was great. I need to find another quarterback like that. That's who I wanted Jalen Hurts to be for a while. Like, I can get him in the 6th round every year, but no, he goes in like the 3rd now and shit. No, this is the biggest game of the week in terms of how close it was Nick beats Steve by 1 point. It came down to Monday night. Steve needed 11 points from DeAndre Swift. Didn't get it. He got 9.4. DeAndre Swift actually scored a touchdown in the game that got called back because there was an ineligible. The fullback wasn't eligible on the play, right?
Yeah, the lineman came in who apparently never did that or practiced it, and they just didn't report eligible. And it was pretty sad.
And so yeah, that touchdown got taken away. Now I told Paul earlier I still wasn't even worried for Steve. Like I was like, man, that touchdown would have sealed it, but Steve's got it anyways, and that was basically because Swift was at like 9.1 points with
Yeah, for like
like
the whole fourth quarter.
but not only that, it was like half of the third. It was like half of the third
Yeah.
and the fourth. I was like, he can just catch a 5-yard fucking pass and it's tied.
Mhm.
Like, so I still wasn't even worried at all. Like, if I was
Same.
in Steve's position, I would be worried because I'd be like, man, I had it. This sucks. But I would still, I played Steve this season and I've seen other games of Steve's. DeAndre Swift, usually when they're down at the end like that, DeAndre Swift racks up garbage time
Yeah,
points.
that's what I
Like,
thought.
dude, he's a master of like, if they're down in the fourth, he's getting like 3 receptions for like 20 yards and he's getting like 5 carries for like 20 yards. Like that's what he does. He's a garbage time merchant. So when he didn't, like, it was shocking. I wasn't even paying attention because I really thought it was, I mean, I was half paying attention. I would check in every once in a while, but like once he was in within 1 point, I was like, man, Nick lost this. Like, holy shit. But Jesus Christ, man. I mean, close game. Steve was Mickey to get here, but I will say I commend his fight in this game.
Yeah, he had a great effort.
Yeah, he scored 117 points, so you can't be too mad. Like Gorman, you can be mad at, but he scored 87. But Steve at least gained some respect for this game. It's kind of like when the Buckeyes made the playoffs a couple of years ago and then played Georgia. And I remember everyone was like, oh, they fucking suck and they lost the game and Georgia's going to kill them. And then Ohio State almost won, probably should have won.
Won.
Yeah, and then it was like everyone was kind of like, all right, respect. They were good. Like, so that's kind of how, I mean, I don't know if I'd say Steve is good. His team's good at this point, at least. But I mean, he put up a good performance. Like, would have never expected 22 from CeeDee Lamb. And then I also was thinking about it. Didn't Amon-Ra, like, think about Amon-Ra. He scored 30 points for Nick, right? How many? He had so many points in like basically garbage time, right?
Yeah, I feel like because they were just playing catch up like the whole game.
Yeah, he scored so many points in like the fourth quarter, like second half in general. Like I almost want to go to the play-by-play and see like I want to see this last touchdown drive. Oh, maybe Amon-Ra didn't score. Maybe he did off incomplete to A. Oh, okay. So he's in here as A. Saint. That's annoying. I wish the play-by-play would just have it as a. Yeah. So, all right. I just want to calculate this out. So Nick beat Steve by basically 1 point. 1.14. Amon-Ra on their very last drive, he caught a pass for 2 yards and he caught a pass for 10 yards. So think about that. On that last drive where there was like 2 minutes left, the game was basically over. Amon-Ra caught 2 passes for 12 yards. I mean, that's more than 1.2. So like Nick literally needed all of those garbage time Amon-Ra points. I mean, I don't know if it's garbage time. I guess they technically only lost by a score, but kind of garbage time. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy how those things end up adding up. It's the same thing like when I lost to Ryan by 2 that 1 week, and it was like Xavier Legette had like 1 catch for 7 yards and a touchdown, and it was like, fuck, man. Like at the time I was like, whatever, he only scored 7 points, so like I don't really care. But like looking back, it was like, shit, dude, that shit actually fucking mattered. But either way, I don't know. Nick didn't even get anything from Burrow. He didn't get anything from the tight end because Njoku's out, which is going to be a huge loss for him. Like that's half the reason I even thought Nick's team wasn't terrible and I thought it was solid was because he had Njoku. He's got no tight end, man. He's fucked.
Njoku might play, or is he out this week?
Questionable.
I saw Stefanski said he's hopeful.
He didn't practice. Yeah, we'll see. Hamstring. I don't know why they'd bring it back, but either way. James Conner, 28 points. I would imagine that's his most of the season.
He had a Crazy game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just an insane matchup. Like 3 guys in that whole game had like their best game of the year. With Mike
In
Evans,
the
Amon-Ra, and James Conner.
Yeah, true. I don't think Amon-Ra's was his best game, but I know what you're
Oh,
saying.
forgot about that one.
It had to be Mike Evans' best game for Steve. Yeah, 32.4. I remember like thinking Nick got fucked in terms of like CD with Cooper Rush at quarterback, and then Mike Evans, like them both having like their best games. Like, oh my god, and like the biggest moment. Like, if anything, this might be Bo Nix's worst game. 13.5. No, he had 12 last week, apparently. Okay.
Yeah,
I
was
take
he
it
on the
back.
decline?
I take it back. Maybe he is. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because Steve's out of the playoff, but huge win for Nick. And I think Nick is another one of those ones where doesn't he like either he's like barely made the playoffs, but when he has, he
Yeah,
won it all last time, right?
he was my prediction to win it all in the final episode last year, so.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Mr. Mike, yeah, he finished first in losers bracket last year. No
Yeah, and the
playoffs,
winning streak, man. Once
no
we check out the
playoffs.
standings, we'll see. But
Made the playoffs and won it all. So one playoff appearance, one championship. He's didn't make it. Didn't make it. Are you serious? Could we be seeing like? Oh, okay. Damn.
wait. Which one is he?
He's this one. The Cleveland Steamers was Dewey and Alpha Sad was there. So Nick did make the semifinals in 20. So either way though, in 2017, Nick won a playoff game, then lost in the semifinals, then won in the third place game. So 2-1 in the playoffs, and then in whatever year he won it, he was 3-0 obviously. So he's currently 6-1 in playoff games.
That's
he
crazy.
barely makes the playoffs, but when he does, he just runs the table. Which is like that's the complete opposite of what me and you were doing every season. Like, lost my playoff game. I mean, I guess you could say I won in the losers in both these. So I guess this would be 2-2. It's still 3-3 because I had a bye. So 3-3. Let's see, 5-4. 5-4. 6-5. 6-7. Yeah, 6-7. So I have like a losing record in the playoffs actually, and that's with winning it all. And oh wait, that's 2018. 6-7, and then 2018, I guess. So I guess technically 9-7, but like a bad record. Man, yours must have been crazy bad. Let's see, 0-2. Wait, yeah, 0-2.
I don't think I won until my championship.
Let's see, because you finished sixth like a lot. You did make semifinals in 2020.
Well, that was because I had a bye week. So that was the 1 seed.
Oh, yeah. So you basically didn't win a playoff game until you won it all.
Yeah.
But now you just won another one. So again, this is on your way. You're Nick Sad in a different light, where yours is if you win a playoff game, you win it all. Mm-hmm. Nick's was if he makes the playoffs, he just wins games. That's kind of crazy. Either way, let's get into the updated bracket. Actually, I think that might be a good place to look at, just to have it all laid out. It's kind of confusing. So Kyle is off of his bye now, and he's matched up with number 4 seed Dewey. So we got the 1 versus 4 matchup, and then we also have the number 2 Paul versus number 3 Nick matchup in the bottom part of the bracket. All of the top seeds, the top 4 playoff teams, have all moved on. But top 4 by
I feel like that's never happened.
Seeding. Yeah,
there's always an upset. I swear.
I'd love to go through each year and check the playoff bracket. I'm just gonna look at last year and see. Yeah, even just last year alone didn't happen. So I can't imagine it happens too much. So yeah, Dewey versus Kyle, and then Paul versus Nick. Now losers bracket is fucking is whole. Oh well, here's the winner's consolation. I don't really know what this means. Okay, so I think that Ryan, Steve, and Gorman are battling for, would it be 5th place? Yeah, one, two,
Yeah,
three, four.
5th
So
place like wins that shit.
why does Gorman get a bye in this? So
I
Gorman's
think because he was the
guaranteed.
lowest scorer.
So he's guaranteed this at least 6th place.
Yeah, but I don't get that. 'Cause he was the lowest scorer of those.
Yeah,
of
why
the
the
playoff
fuck
teams.
does he get? So Steve or Ryan are gonna fucking get like 7th, and then Gorman's gonna get at least 6th. Gorman is guaranteed a spot in there. I gotta figure out how ESPN does this because it's stupid as shit that Dave got a bye here anyways, man. Gorman, okay. When it comes to losers, okay. Mike has a bye week this week. He lost his first game. Okay, so if Mike wins, which he is going to win, he's going to go to game 8. Losers to game 8 to game 7. What the fuck is this format, dude? None of this makes sense. I mean, does it count as a loss? Like, where did Dave move to? Dave went from game 3.
Moved up.
Dave went from
game. It's like he benefits.
Yeah, Dave went from game 3 to game 5. It like counted it as a win. So Gorman or Mike is going to go to game 8. What did the losers bracket look like last year? This shit's pissing
I feel like it was
off.
the same. It had to be the same.
Wait, so
I said a bye twice.
And that bye meant you got 12. So whoever's in this matchup is the loser. Oh, okay, so Dave.
Losers in 12th.
Yeah, wait.
Dude, Austin could get 12th. That'd be so funny.
Austin and Dave are playing for 12th place here. Whoever loses just gets 12th. Why would that ever be the case?
So funny.
Mike should. I don't know how the format should be. I'm gonna find some way to try to edit the fucking ESPN rules. This shit makes no sense. But that means Mike is guaranteed to not get last. So Dewey last year moved up to this game 8. Let's see where. So Dewey lost his first round matchup, got a bye, and then played his last week and won. Where did that get him? The final standings. That got him a 10th. Okay, so Gorman got Gorman. Why do I keep saying that? Mike or Dewey got 10th last year. So that means, and where did Mike come from? Mike lost this game. Wait a second, this is so fucked. I could lose to Chip this week. If I lose my next 2 games, I get 11th. This is so fucking dumb, bro. I win my first matchup, then like lose my next. I don't know. This shit's confusing as fuck.
If you lost against Austin, you'd be playing for last place right now. That'd be fucking crazy.
Oh my god. I mean, I guess it. And if I won, where did I say? Dave, wait a second. Whoever wins this one is playing for 8.
This is a huge matchup.
So Dave last year lost his first game, won his second, and then lost that one. And Dave went 1-2 in the losers bracket last year and got 9th place. Nick went 3-0 in the losers. He got first. That makes sense to me. But like, what if Nick would have lost to Gorman? Gorman, why the fuck do I keep saying Gorman's name, dude? It's pissing me off. Okay, this makes a little more sense because if Nick lost to Mike here, Mike would have been up here. So I think either way, whoever wins 2 games gets to be in this one. But I don't know how they decide who gets to. I guess, okay. I think I'm starting to understand slightly. They're saying, like, let's see. So Dave lost his first game. You had a bye, and then since Dave won, he gets. I don't fucking know, dude. This shit's confusing as fuck. Really I'm just trying to get an 8th place and salvage.
I just don't get why Gorman got the bye this week.
That's actually
in our side.
Oh yeah, Gorman getting the bye. 0 cents. Let's see. I mean, is that how it worked last year? I guess I got a bye. What place did I get last year? I thought I got 7th last year.
You didn't even score lowest. That's crazy.
Is that how it even goes?
Lowest seed is.
I thought it was by I got
score.
5th place last year because for some reason I just 7th place gets a bye. I guess.
That's funny.
I almost want to look at the rules and see like. Wait, so like Ryan, I got a bye, so I was like home free. Okay, I think I'm seeing a little bit maybe of. No, I'm not understanding at all.
By seed,
Gorman had to win
apparently.
to get to the 5th place game. I just had to buy. Let's see. I did outscore Gorman here though. But you're saying Gorman didn't outscore anyone this year, right? Yeah, Gorman has a buy and he was the lowest scorer. So yeah, that doesn't make sense.
It's by seed for that shit, I guess.
Yeah, but why the fuck
But
would
it's
the
still, like,
lowest seed
it
get the
benefits
buy?
him. Yeah.
How do I get to like playoff? Playoff bracket setup. Like there's no like way to even do this. I can't edit it now, but like it doesn't even show like. Wait a second. You know what? How many points did Gorman outscore Steve and Ryan? I don't think so, right? Well, because that's the only thing I can think of is that Gorman had more points on the season. No, he didn't outscore Ryan, so that doesn't even make sense. All right, this shit's fucked. And I don't think there's any setting for me to touch that. So we got this janky ass system here. It doesn't even make sense. I'm gonna see if you remember, Paul. Jot this down in your head if you can, to see if there's some way I can go and like mess this around a little bit. Because I remember, I don't think you can technically change who gets a bye and everything. Like I remember changing it so that 7 teams make the playoffs, and then it like automatically did it. But yeah, in this scenario, like it should be Steve that would get a bye. And like down here, Dave shouldn't be getting a bye. Dave should be the only reason I'm thinking that Dave gets a bye here is because they're trying to cap him off at like, but if you beat Dave last year, you would have been competing for like that. I don't know.
Like the 8th place or whatever. 9th,
yeah, like you would have gotten a bye and then you just beat Dave, and then it's like, oh, look at me, I'm Paul. My team was shit, and I'm competing for 8th place because I got a bye. Like that's dumb. I'll try to figure something out in the settings. I mean, at least winners it makes sense, but it does kind of fuck things up for like losers and like standings in general. Like Gorman's guaranteed 5th or 6th now, and like Steve or Ryan is gonna get punished with a 7th, so they're technically playing for a lot there. Let's first look at the recent activity, which is not going to be a lot of. Steve picked up Travis Homer. Paul really wanted Steve to win, so Steve was texting.
I ain't gonna lie.
Or Paul was texting Steve, coaching him up, saying, pick up Travis Homer.
Well,
coaching him like, you should start this person. Like, I need to play you in the second round.
I was just making sure
you were making lineup decisions.
Travis. But also, for my defense, I coached Nick a little bit. He asked me if he should start Debo or Thielen this week, and I told him Thielen, and he did it, and that actually won him the week, so I'll take it. I'm even then.
Wait, say it again? Sorry.
Nick texted me earlier this week asking Thielen or Debo.
No way. And, he was asking you?
Yeah, and I told him Thielen, like easy. Debo is horrible right now. And he did it, and he ended up winning by 1 point.
Why was he asking you?
I don't know. He trusts me, I guess.
Does he ask you? Does he get advice during the season?
No. He just really wanted to win, I guess.
No, this is all coming back to you telling Nick who to start versus me. This is all coming back to my theory.
I can show you text all the way back to 2016. It's like once in a blue moon.
That's hilarious. Was there a part of you that was hoping you were wrong then? And
no, because
I
didn't think I thought Steve had no chance. I was trying to help Nick out. But then since it was close, I wish I didn't tell him.
Yeah, true. Either way, well, I guess Nick picked up Jake Ferguson on Friday as well because he needed a tight end. And then Wednesday, kind of sad there was no Tuesday garbage day. It's just what happens when you get this late in the season.
Yeah.
But Nick added Jalen McMillan. Is he like planning on starting him? He spent $14 on him. I don't know. Maybe that'll pan out. He dropped Jaleel McLaughlin. Dropped Jake Ferguson.
He's been mid.
Yeah, but great. If Njoku doesn't play, I guess he has Mike Gesicki.
Is he done well? Click on his name.
I mean, he got 5 points last week. 5-3. I don't know. He's probably fucked. I don't know. Maybe he's very confident that Njoku plays. there are moves like that like him or like Dewey or like Gorman and stuff make where I'm like, they're just like throwing all caution to the wind. Like that's not even trying to play safe. Like
Yeah, wait.
he didn't need
How
to drop 2 people.
How do you drop 2 guys at once?
I don't know.
I've never done that in my life.
I didn't know that you could even do that, and it was he didn't gain anything from this. Hell, he should have picked up Brenton Strange. Honestly, like
yeah, Kyle stole him just so no one could have him.
Yeah. Yeah. Nick also picked up the Lions defense. This is terrifying. Who are they? Oh my God, they got -12 again. I've never seen a defense score that low. Have you?
No.
I would be
That's actually really.
If I were him,
I thought -10 was the cap.
If I were him, I would be fucking terrified to play the Lions defense. They're bad.
There's like no other options.
Dude. I'm just saying that's gonna end poorly for him. I almost guarantee that. Yeah. Kyle picked up Brendan Strange, even though he has Brock Bowers, doesn't even need him. He also picked up Tyler Algier. I guess maybe in case Bijan gets hurt.
Yeah. Good lottery pick.
And then Kyle also picked up Aaron Rodgers, even though he has Jalen Hurts. Let's get to the.
Don't get that one.
Let's get to the matchups. Let's go losers bracket first. This is Austin versus Dave. This has been somewhat of a rivalry. Austin said that Dave's team was complete shit and was like shit talking him and stuff.
Now they're playing for last place.
Yeah, this is last place is on the line here. So Austin is projecting to beat Dave by 15. Just looking at it right now, yeah, I'd pick Austin to win.
Yeah.
I'd pick Austin to win. Yeah. I don't have much faith in Dave's team. You can't see it? Like
I can't see like how Dave could win. Unless Tyreek Legacy game, he's due.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
You know, Jerry Jeudy has
yeah.
What's his face throwing in the ball now?
I think that's a downgrade, if anything.
That's a bad thing. I'm saying I think Austin would have an easy win if he had.
Yeah.
Because I would have faith in Jeudy. He might want to play Garendo, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, wait a second. He fucking played Garendo last week against me, and now he's memeing with Jeudy. The hell, man. I don't know. I think Austin wins. This isn't too big of a deal. Would you say you think Austin as well?
Yeah, I'm taking Austin for sure.
And then the last one, or the last losers bracket game, is me versus Chip. I'm projected to win 108 to 83, but that is kind of Mickey. I have Ken Walker in, and I don't think he's going to play. Let's see.
Chip's team ass, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, I trust Ladd. I think Jameson Williams can do good. I mean, I don't trust Javonte. Did he do bad again? Yeah, like Javonte kind of sucks. Brees, didn't he just have a good game? I don't know what to think. I hope I win.
I just realized all the check marks are in your head. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be like a total blowout or anything, though, if I had to guess.
I think it will. Chip scoring 70 max.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see. Once like Ken Walker's ruled out, the real projection is going to be like 103 to 83, so it'll be closer. But yeah. What's the Thursday night game? Do I have to worry about that at all?
Broncos and someone.
Okay, cool. So
maybe? I don't know.
Broncos and Chargers. You're right. Oh, okay. So I guess that's a big game for Chip. That's like half of his players. So hopefully he leaves there with not a lot of points. That'll make me feel better. Just going for 8th. It's kind of crazy. Losers bracket is like a playoff in its own. Like I've never been down here.
You don't want to be last.
Yeah, but I've never been down here. But I'm like, man, like you would think you make the losers bracket and you're like, let me coast to 8th place. This is gonna be easy. Like, and meanwhile I'm down here and I'm like, even if I beat Chip, I still have to win another game. Like this shit's pretty intense down here. It's just no one gives a fuck. Let's see. Now the consolation. We already said Gorman for whatever reason gets a bye, and the consolation bracket.
The Mickey off.
Yes. The Mickey off. Ryan versus Steve. The two Mickeys. Last time Steve beat Ryan by 11. Ryan's going to look for his revenge. I'm going to just say it right now. Yeah, Ryan hasn't even set his lineup.
Ryan has to win.
Yeah, it's got to be Ryan. There's no way Steve does it again. He already lost.
Mm-hmm.
He already beat Ryan once. His team went off last week. It's not
He's projected
happening again.
91
Yeah, it's not
with his
happening
lineup
again.
set.
I'm gonna say Bo Nix is gonna get 9 points. I'll say 12. Kamara is gonna get like 8 or
Kamara
like
probably
get
won't play
rolled
either.
out. Yeah. Who?
I said he won't play either.
Yeah,
Or
I was gonna
probably
say
won't.
he's either gonna score like 6 points or not play. Swift is gonna score like 5. CD is gonna score like 10. Mike Evans is gonna score like 16. You know, I don't know. I think Ryan should win this. Brian Robinson kind of has a tough matchup, but I don't know. It's the Mickey off. Steve versus Ryan. I can't
Anything
even
could
really
happen.
pick it. No, really, anything can happen. Like I'm not confident in any of these losers bracket and consolation games, to be honest. I don't know what to think. Like even when the projections are this far off, I just don't know what to think. Now let's get to the real men's stuff up here. I hope lineups are set. These seem slightly low.
I know Nick's is. I've been scouting.
I guess it depends on who. Oh man, I know Rico's been doing good, man. I hope that he keeps it up for Kyle's sake. But I'd be like a little bit afraid. Either way, Kyle is projected to beat Dewey 110 to 106. Dewey does have Travis Etienne in. So in week 1, Kyle beat Dewey 96 to 83. In week 12, so only a few weeks ago, Dewey won 135 to 85. So a split series on the season. Just looking right now, I think who do you think you're leaning towards?
I think I have to go Dewey.
You think? I think I'm gonna go Kyle and hear me out. It's just for this two reasons.
Actually,
one, he has to start Travis Etienne.
Yeah,
Two,
I forgot that.
he has Jaden Daniels and Terry against Philadelphia, who I think Philly's like one of the best pass defenses.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to
now.
them.
Yeah. Oh, and then he still has Drake London and Bijan with Penix. I guess
This is huge.
I am going to go
storyline.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Kyle because I don't know. He's safer, I guess. I don't know. Dewey's team has like.
I'm going with Kyle. Fuck it.
Yeah, Dewey's team has like fallen apart this week. He lost Monty. Like starting ETN sucks. Starting players against these good defenses, like his main players this season, Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, Bijan, and Drake London, like carried him all season. Have all either have shit matchups or Michael Penix starting at quarterback, and we don't know what to expect. So I'm going to go Kyle because I'm playing it safe, and that's not to say that Dewey doesn't have a chance, but like this is like you know when you are setting your fantasy lineup and you're like, do I start this guy who's guaranteed like 8 to 12, or do I try to take a chance on this guy who could score me like 3 but could also score me like 20? Like that's what I'm feeling like here. And right now, at this point in our playoff selection show, I want to keep it safe, and I'm picking Kyle. But I think that this is either there's only 2 options to me. One is Kyle blows out Dewey, or 2, it's a close matchup, and either one can win. But I don't think there's a way Dewey blows Kyle out this week. I don't think that's
unless
possible.
somehow Penix is insane and the Falcons win 40 to 13.
And like he would need Joe Mixon to suck and Garrett Wilson to suck and like Brock Bowers to suck. He would need a lot of things to go his way also for that to happen. But I'm not too confident. So Dewey was my pick going into it, and that was like he was my pick going into the playoffs. But that was before I saw the bracket and stuff, you know, like the matchups. Because I think I've said before, my pick for if it was March Madness style, I usually pick the safest team that I think is like the safest to make it far, which would be you, Paul. But at this point in this matchup, I'm picking Kyle. I feel bad. Dewey's team was really good all year long, but now he has a lot of question marks. It's really tough to trust that. And now the last matchup here, this one I'm going to say is pretty easy for me personally. Paul's projected win 118 to 108. And I would agree with this being like a pretty easy win for him, for you. Sorry. And that's really only because Debo sucks, so you can't start Debo. So you start Thielen, and Thielen has no ceiling to me. I think Njoku's going to be out. I mean, the Chicago's defense is pretty good for Amon Ra. I don't know. And then when you look on your end, like the real question mark, I guess, is going to be Josh Allen. Is he going to get points before they're up by 4 touchdowns or not?
Yeah.
But like Jonathan Taylor hasn't done shit all year, but he can randomly do stuff. Jahmyr Gibbs against Chicago's shitty run defense with no David Montgomery should be locked 25 plus points. Like it shouldn't even be a question. DJ Moore against Detroit's shitty defense should go off. Jefferson against Seattle, shitty defense should go off. Mark Andrews, I guess, maybe a tough matchup against Pittsburgh. I don't know what they do against tight ends, though. Bucky against Dallas's shit defense should go off. Falcons against New York Giants, shit offense should go off. So, yeah, is there any thought in your mind of starting potentially Cortland Sutton or anyone else on your bench, or is your thing locked in?
That's my... I'm
picked
keeping
Josh
DJ
Downs.
Moore, no doubt. It's between Bucky and Portland.
Yeah.
Just depending on how healthy Bucky is. But
yeah, we'll see. Well, he played this past week, right? So he should be good.
Yeah, but they limited him. But he had a great game, so... But he was questionable
against
today.
Dallas, it's such a shitty defense. I just can't... that's tough, though, because it sucks because Cortland Sutton plays on Thursday.
He's been doing well, but he did have kind of like a Cooper Kupp stat line last game of late touchdown when he had like 2 points all game. So,
but last time he played the Chargers, he had 53 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, I'm saying it's tough because Denver plays on Thursday night, so you can't wait till Sunday.
I know, I hate that shit.
But I feel this is the only game that I would feel comfortable picking a winner, and it really is. The only reason I feel comfortable picking you is because I have I don't think Njoku plays, and I don't have much faith in Thielen, and I think that the Lions are going to score negative points again. I'm just throwing it out there. Lions on the road, like what is the... I want to see the implied point total for the Chicago Bears. NFL implied point
24
total.
24 is my guess.
24 is pretty fucking high. I don't know if I'd go that far. I would maybe say 21.
Shits look usually.
20, yeah, it was 20 and a half, so I said 21. So, if you think about it, like the Saints are projected 14 points, the Giants 17 and a half, Patriots 16, Titans 19. Like, so the Bears are like projected like the 20th most points this week, which isn't even bad. And we know that the Lions don't fucking, they don't get sacks or like force turnovers. They forced one turnover since week 12. In 4 weeks, they have one turnover and 6 sacks. Like, this defense is bad. I'm just saying right now, Paul, you're getting bailed out this week by him starting the Lions. That's just how I feel. And I don't think Nick listens to this. And if he does, what's up, Nick? So I don't think it'll change his mind or anything, but I'm hoping I'm wrong. And he puts up a fight. But I have a weird feeling this game is going to be... I think it's going to be similar to last week. I think like you're going to get like 30 from Josh Allen. I think you're going to get like 50 points combined from from Gibbs and Allen. I think you're going to get 20 points from Justin Jefferson. So like once you have your like 70, 75 points from those three combined, you'll just coast to like 100 and I'm going to say final score prediction 114 to 88. I think it's going to be the same as last week with Gorman. I don't think Nick's going to score a lot.
If Nick continues to get 120, I'd be kind of surprised.
I mean, I don't even think he got 120 last week, right? I guess he had like 118. What was Nick doing before? Like, I mean, he had Njoku.
He can't be a high scorer.
He had Njoku then too. It's like it's even what he was scoring. So he had, let's just start from like week 10, 107, 114, 86, 110, 111. So like, and then 118 was his highest point scored of the season, pretty much. He had a 119 in another week. So Nick like doesn't even have ceiling games. So like Paul, if you aim just to score 120, you're basically guaranteed to win. Which 120 is, that's a lot of fucking points. But like, I don't see it. He had Njoku for these games, and I'm gonna check like, what did he get from his defense last week? I just want to look. 4. Wait a second. He has the Steelers defense. Why is he not playing?
They
them?
play Baltimore.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Let's check this week. Like all year long, he's had the Steelers like being pretty consistent for him. So think about it. All season, he's been getting 14, 8, 13, 7, 9, 7, 14, 10, like from his defense. So I don't know. I don't have faith. I'm just throwing it out there right now. I'd love to be wrong, but I don't have faith in Nick's team against you this week. I think it's going to be another blowout here. How are you feeling about your chances, though?
I'm feeling pretty good. Same level as last week, because Gorman's team was projected a lot, in fairness.
So wait. So what were you feeling last week going into your game, scale of 1 to 10?
I think it was an 8 when I think you asked me, and I said an 8.
I think it was 8 also, but I wanted. So you're still around like an 8.
Mm-hmm.
What are you most worried about in this matchup?
Just fucking James Conner versus Carolina probably could have 30.
The Cardinals are a weird team. I feel like they only do good when you least expect it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Kyron's just guaranteed points and stuff. So Joe Burrow versus Cleveland.
I feel like Kyron's guaranteed like 12. Who does Kyron play?
I don't know, but I know the Joe Burrow probably won't have a good game. I feel like the Browns are his weakness. He never plays well against them.
You're right, because I forgot to even say that. Because on paper, the Browns are like this easy matchup that Joe Burrow should like torch, but he always sucks against the Browns. Like, I'm about to look at a stat muse. Let's look it up. Joe Burrow game log. Let's see. Joe Burrow game log versus Browns. All right. Oh, wow. These 2020 games, he tore us apart. But 280 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks, 230, 2-1, 230, 2-1, 82 and 0, 181 and 2. So I don't know. It was like really good in 2020, shit in 2021 for a game. 2022, he was like solid. 2023 last year, shit in the one game he played. And then this year when we played him, he was like fine. I think we were just getting killed. So, but yeah, that's another reason why I'm a little worried for Nick. So yeah, I'm going to go through real quick. My guarantee win of the week is Paul. My highest score prediction of the week, I think. I can't do it. My guarantee of the win of the week is Paul. Paul, do you have a guarantee win of the week or no?
Does it have to be the top 4?
No, it can be anyone you want.
Ryan.
Yeah, that's a good guarantee too. Yeah, is there a line that you think is off? I'm gonna say if I had to take one, I would take Chip plus 25. Because that's a shit ton of points. Maybe even Dave plus 15. One of those.
I was going to say Dave would be my choice.
Yeah, just because I think that both of those lines are just too high. But I don't know. Should be a fun little week here, Paul. And I just realized for everyone at home, it's Paul's bedtime. It is. It is 10:30.
Right on the money.
So, Paul, is there anything you want to say to the fans or anything?
Well, I mean, going into this year, I said Nick would end the year on a 7-8 game winning streak. We knew that would happen. If we looked at the standings, he was on a 5 or a 4 entering playoffs.
Yeah.
He's won the first one. This guy is the most dangerous fantasy playoff guy we've ever seen in the past 2 years. So that's my one worry I forgot to mention. But besides that, I'm also luckily on a winning streak. It's the battle of the winning streaks here.
Yeah, true.
And hopefully I come through.
Yeah. And by the way, Paul is a big Creighton basketball fan. They lost by 30 to Georgetown today. Paul, do you have any thoughts on that?
Luckily, I have about eight other schools I cheer for, so the pain isn't that hard.
Jayhawk Paul, Blue Jay Paul. There's so many different versions of Paul. But I will
I feel
say
like there's 3 in each conference.
there's a dying Paul, and that
Which
one
one's
is
that?
Tar Heel Paul. The heels aren't
Oh
looking too
god,
good.
they aren't. But they keep losing to ranked teams, so I mean, that's my cope.
That's crazy. That's the standard. That's how far UNC basketball has fallen. Paul's saying they're losing to ranked teams, so I'm happy. That's crazy. That's not how it's
I'll
supposed to
take it.
go. That's not how this is supposed
It's
to be.
because Hubert Davis doesn't recruit big men.
I thought you love
Was the
Hubie.
heart and soul. I do, but for
Baycott
some
was a
fucking
dumb,
reason,
ugly idiot, and he sucked at
well, he
basketball.
was good. No, he was
No,
solid
you can say he
for
could.
college.
You could say he could grab rebounds and play dirty,
Yeah,
but
it's
you
perfect.
can't say that he was any kind of skilled basketball player.
Don't need skill. You just gotta be a big man that has presence. And Jalen Washington is not that. We have no one else good, so it's not great. But Hubert needs to fucking hit the transfer portal hard next year.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
now I'll end it with this. I didn't run it last week because I forgot, but I did run a marble race to predict who would win fantasy Footbaps, just with the 7 playoff teams, and Paul did win the simulation. So now that Paul's won the first matchup, things have kind of opened up for him. I think that the simulation might be onto something, Paul.
I'll take it.
All right.
Although the simulation put me in last for the draft order, so kind of fucked
that
up.
was the best place you could have gotten, though.
Yeah, true.
If you played your cards right, you could have gotten like Derrick Henry and
I was between
Gibbs.
Henry and fucking. I was getting Gibbs no matter what, but Johnny Taylor.
Yeah,
I wanted
Gibbs,
Saquon
Gibbs
really bad.
was,
That was my thing.
I wanted to take the 12th pick really badly to get Gibbs, but my thought there was to take Gibbs and then get Saquon, and I was like, Saquon's going to be gone because Gorman's going to take Saquon, and he did. So I wasn't like too upset, but like, yeah, if I would have never taken Jonathan Taylor, like, oh, that would have been great if I had your position, because yeah, I could have had Derrick Henry and Gibbs, and then I don't even. Oh yeah, you had Cup and shit. Like, I guess I don't know if I would have taken Cup as early as you did. No, you know what? Yeah, fourth round. Yeah, I was thinking you took him early third, but yeah, it is kind of funny.
We do have Wait, did we do like a draft recap again at the end of the year? I feel like we did.
Yeah, I think we do.
Draft pick and all that shit. The Bappies, whenever that comes out.
Yeah.
We'll go through everything.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's kind of funny. Like, my 4th round pick, I was like, Hurts or Josh Allen maybe, and then they both went. And I was like, fuck, I don't like anyone. I guess I'll take Ayuk. And what a disaster that was. Either way, though, everyone get excited for playoffs, semifinals, big games incoming. And Paul, do you have anything else you want to say?
Nope. Nick, no advice this week. Don't text me if you're listening.
All right, Footbap Nation.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.